I send greetings to Bishop Blake. Norbert Blake. Norbert Blake. Norbert Blake. Norbert Blake. Blake.
Put your hands together, everybody.
Good evening, my brothers and my sisters. This is Norbert, right here, on this cold, chilly Tuesday. The sun is out, but it's still a little cold outside. I hope that you're having a good day. I hope that all is well with you. Welcome, Facebook believers. Welcome to you also, YouTube believers. Oh yeah, it's all right. Whose side are you on? I know whose side you're on. Because if you're listening to me right now, you're on the Lord's side. If you're not on the Lord's side, let me invite you. Let me extend an invitation to you to come to the Lord's side. Oh yeah. I love you without knowing you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Where do you stand? Where do you stand? Come on. Oh boy. Chainbreaker Ministry on Facebook and YouTube. You can listen to this broadcast anytime. You can listen to it when you have time. You can listen to it at lunchtime, break time, bedtime. You can listen to this broadcast over and over again as much as you like. Oh boy, somebody ought to say hallelujah. This is the best click you can click. This is the YouTube church click. This is the Facebook church click. And guess what? Nobody knows you're clicking, but you ain't God. Oh boy. The YouTube Facebook church. Boy, I like that name. Always open, always on, and always good. Chainbreaker Ministry right here. The Invisible Universal Church. Life Book on Facebook. Boy, that's pretty good there. Life Book on YouTube. The place you love people you never met. Whose side are you on? Hello, good evening to you. Woo, hello. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Well, we're going to just talk a little bit, not much, not long, just to say a few things here and there. A few things here and there. So what I'm going to do is, I want you to understand, and we're going to talk a little bit about something here, just briefly, nothing spectacular, because I'm still testing the waters, learning how to get some things done through this broadcast, creating pages and praying and allowing things to happen as God will have them to be. But after Jesus had died and rose again, before he appeared to his disciples, or to those who he wanted to appear to, they had skepticism. That's right. They had doubts as to if Jesus was alive. I want you to understand that we have what I call a faith place. And in this faith place, we have in this faith place, we have what I call also a decision checker. A decision checker. Oh, I know you've never heard nothing like this. What a decision checker is, it tells you whether your decision is a good decision, a word-based decision, a selfish decision, or a bad decision. And every decision we make, oh boy, watch me, stay with me. It goes through a pre-decision examination. After that pre-decision examination, we must then make the ultimate choice of what we believe and what we decide. Some decisions that we have to make, watch this, are faith decisions. And before Jesus appeared to his disciples or those who he wanted to appear to after his resurrection, they were a little in doubt about seeing him again. You got to understand now, they were just humans. They were just humans. They had been lifted up in courage for 3.5 years. Jesus led them and guided them. He stayed with them. They stayed with him. They enjoyed and loved his teaching. They actually became in love with him. In love with the word. And let me tell you something. You ought to be in church so long, or you ought to be in Christ so long until you ought to find yourself in love with him. If you're not in love with him, oh boy, I ain't gonna go there. That's another service. That's something else. But they found themselves in love with Christ. And in the 21st chapter of the Gospel of St. John, you have these words. Simon Peter, Thomas, and Nathan Zebedee, and all the boys was together. And Simon Peter said, "You know what? I'm not going to sit around and be depressed and turmoil. It's just a shame how they did Jesus. I got to get my mind off it, but you know, I'm going to do what I do best," Simon Peter said. "I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing." But Simon Peter said, they said, "Simon, you know what? We going with you, man. Let's go fishing. Yeah, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing." So they got their bait, they got their line, put their clothes on, and wiped their eyes, and they went fishing, and they got in the boat, they got in the ship, and it went out, and they didn't catch anything. It was night, and they still didn't catch anything. All day before night, they didn't catch anything. But at least the mind was at peace. They was in the ship. They was in the. They were doing what they wanted to do. They were doing what they knew how to do. They were doing what they were doing before Christ came into their life. How many of you? Because we haven't gotten that, oh boy, to the place of where we know that Christ is risen. Or if Christ hadn't risen in your heart, if he has not risen in your mind, if he's not risen in your life, we go back to doing what we like to do, what we were doing before. Oh, I know I'm not talking to you. I understand, but let me tell you something. I'm a man of God. I'm a preacher, and I have myself gone back doing stuff I shouldn't have been done when I felt weary in the ministry. Oh boy, transparency. And so Simon Peter said, I'm going to go fishing. They said, we're going to go with you. And they went forth and got into a ship and fished all day and all night, and they caught nothing. And they stayed out there all night until morning came. And when morning came, they looked up after the night and the fog was lifting off the shore. They looked up and saw Jesus standing on the shore. Oh boy, I told you, I feel my wings. My wings, they stirring around on me. I feel the Spirit. They looked up and saw Jesus standing on the shore, but they didn't know that it was Jesus. They looked and they kind of thought it looked like. But you have to understand, the last time they saw Christ, he was beat up from the floor up, bloody and raggedy and meat from his body. He was crucified, and well, last time they had seen him, but something in the silhouette, oh boy, something in the silhouette resembled, oh boy, help me, the Jesus that but they didn't know, it wasn't for sure, and it didn't look like it, so didn't nobody say nothing. They just looked at each other funny and looked, and so they came on to the shore. And Jesus asked them, before they got out the boat, they was close enough to talk to him, and Jesus said, children, have ye any meat? Didn't say men, didn't say Peter, didn't say John, didn't say Zebedee. He said children. You see, it's a certain way Jesus can say certain things, and it'll trigger out certain stuff in you. Oh boy, have ye any meat? And they said no. Then Jesus said to them, cast your net on the right side of the boat. Cast it on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. Cast your net on the right side. They cast the net on the right side, and the net begot so full of fish until they were not able to draw it in for the multitude, from the amount, from the abundance of fish that was in it. Boy. Peter, the disciple whom Jesus loved, looked back over his shoulder and looked at the silhouette of the man that was talking to them, and Peter simply said 4 words, it is the Lord. It is the Lord. Peter simply said 4 words. It is the Lord. Your faith place you have to make a faith decision. You have to understand that faith believes only in itself. Oh boy, you're not going to hear this nowhere else but right here on Chain Breaking Ministry. Faith believes in itself. Faith looks itself in the mirror. Oh, faith sees nothing but faith. Faith hears nothing but faith. Faith feels nothing but faith. Faith walks along because Jesus is the author, oh boy, and the finisher of the faith. Faith is the place where we get corrected, where we get a chance to change some decisions. Faith is the place where we get to remove some stuff and undo some stuff. Let me say this, my brothers, my sisters, Facebook, YouTube, my believers. Let me say this. I want you to always believe, understand, love, and do what you need to be done. That's what it's all about. I love you without knowing you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh yeah. I want you to understand that today is the day. Don't give up. Keep the faith. And let Jesus bless you. Chain Breaking Ministry right here on YouTube and Facebook. Oh boy, I welcome you. Thank you for listening. If you got something that you want to hear, if you got a word that you want me to expound on, write it in the inbox me. Share it with me. Let me know, let me hear. And I'll do my best. I'll pray about it and you'll hear it broadcast right here. Chain Breaking Ministry. Stand up. If you're on the Lord's side, come on. Let's go ahead on and do this thing. Pray for me and I'll pray for you. Put on your coat, put on your hat. Oh boy. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Have a good time. We'll be back. We'll be back. Bye-bye.